OKC Thunder. Mark, just some great intensity from both sides tonight. What did you think of the gameplay and the way that this one flowed?
I mean, that was obviously an elevated game. I thought both teams played really hard. I thought the way we defended, rebounded, competed on the glass really gave us a great chance throughout the game, even when we went through some offensive droughts, which obviously happened in the game. The defense kept it, in a manageable place, and we were able to put some runs together and put some pressure on them. But credit them, I thought they outplayed us in the fourth, made some timely plays, but we weren't short on effort or energy tonight.
You kind of mentioned the possession game in the last few minutes. They went on that 9-0 run. Anything execution-wise that you noticed on either side of the ball?
I mean, I thought we could have, I thought they just generated better shots in that part of the game than we did. So again, credit them. But I just thought we competed really hard tonight, especially on the defensive end. I thought we were really physical, did the job on that end, gave ourselves a really good chance. Obviously, 107 points or whatever is enough to win on most nights for us. Offensively, we just weren't as good as we could be.
Mark, you mentioned just the way things kind of unraveled during the fourth, and it felt like, I mean, we've talked about Chet's hesitation on spot up three some, but it felt like a lot of those guys were just hesitating some. Did you sense some of that late?
I don't know. I mean, I think we can, learn from the game. I mean, we got to stay aggressive in a game like that. I did think, in the first half and coming out of halftime, we didn't embrace the imperfection of the game. It's not going to be easy when it's two good teams going against each other in a battle like that. And then I thought, we started to solve problems together and got a little juice going, in the third. So, it was an uncomfortable game, I think, for both teams. And we got to embrace the discomfort of the game in a high-level game like that.
When you say you got to embrace the imperfection of the game, what do you mean? In what way?
It's going to be hard, against a good team. When two good teams are going at it like that, possession game, it's a grind. Offense isn't coming easy to either team. It's a very physical game. That's what kind of elevated games like that feel like. And we've been great this season at kind of grinding through that. The last time we played them was a great example. I thought tonight it took us a while to get to that, and when we did in the third, we were obviously really good. We were able to take a lead into the fourth quarter. So
it's no secret. It's no secret the kind of season Rudy's had on the defensive end. I just wonder what you saw from him in that final quarter specifically to create separation.
Yeah, he did a really good job. I mean, their whole defense tonight was really good. I thought top to bottom they really competed. I thought they did a good job of changing defenses in the first half. And keeping us off balance. I thought they competed on that end of the floor. I thought we did too. It was two really competitive teams competing hard in the game, and they obviously made a few more plays than we did.
Mark, I know everybody's pretty tired this time of year, every team, especially as you've talked about in January, but Chet has played every game, and he's played all 16 this month, and that's it's 2 college months. I just wonder if you see any particular signs with him of any of that wearing on him.
I don't know. I mean, you can ask him, but he's a competitor. He obviously didn't have his best game tonight, but I'd never make assumptions about something like that.
Season low, 34 points in the paint tonight. Was that more a good job on them, or do you feel like you guys could have did a better job of getting that?
A little bit of both. I think a lot of it's them, and you got to have a relentlessness about you against that team. It's very difficult to get them kind of on the first crack. And I thought we left something to be desired there in the first half in terms of our willingness to grind possessions and find a crack against them. But that's why they're a good defense. They're the best defense in the NBA.
And then 7 assists in the first quarter, and then 14 from there on out again. Was that, feel like that was them, or did you feel like you guys settled a little bit more, could have moved the ball?
I mean, some of this is how they were guarding us. They were switching a lot of our stuff, and that bogs you down a little bit. So some of it's that, but obviously could have played better offensively all the way around. We played a pretty clean game, we didn't turn over very much. But certainly, to your point, could have been better in terms of our attacks, movement on some plays.
Intersect with the Athletic. J-Dub seemed pretty uncomfortable at the end of the game. Is there an update on?
No update on him or Isaiah. Isaiah was out with whatever happened to him as well, and we'll check those guys out in the morning. But both those guys were ruled out for the rest of the game.
Anybody else? Probably got another. There weren't like big numbers for J. Will, but it just seemed like energy-wise, that group with him in there changed the game a little bit in the third quarter. Yep. Just wondered what you thought of what he gave you and that group together.
Yeah, I thought that group. He went in there with Kaysen and K. Rich and those guys. plus Shea and Dub put a really good run on them, and you know, just got energy going, you know, and intensity, generated their own energy and intensity. Jay Will does that on a regular basis. K Rich does that on a regular basis. And they brought that to that part of the game. I think we went down 10 and ended up taking a lead. And so credit them. I mean, they were ready to play, and, you know, we're going to need different guys on different nights. And they definitely brought us a spark in that part of the game.
Michael Margasaw, crowd. You mentioned Jay Will and sort of the spark he brought off the bench. He's already this season totaled more blocks than he did last season. He's mostly known as a charge guy. Is that anything tactically you guys are asking him to do differently, or is this more on him to just go after more shots in the air?
Yeah, I think it's the latter, you know, and he's done a good job committing to that. He's obviously a great charge taker, but especially in pick and rolls, it's difficult to take charges, you know, with guards attacking you downhill, and so he's learned how to play two a little bit better and use his length to contest at the rim and save the charges for when he's kind of a weak side defender, you know, which has lowered his charge numbers, but increased his impact at the rim, you know, in totality. So he's done a really good job of evolving in that way.
Mark, it felt like Shea, to start that fourth, came in as early as he's maybe came into the fourth all year. Just what you hope to see from that and from him, and what you see as the fourth unwinded from him?
Yeah, it felt like one of those games that was a possession game, and you know, I try to be wise in terms of how I manage everybody's minutes throughout the course of a season, and it gives you the space to hit the gas on certain nights, and I decided to hit the gas tonight.
Three of your lowest games, points in the paint wise, came against the Wolves. What makes them different? I mean, they're not the only team besides I know they play two bigs most of the game. Is that what it is, or is there something different about that?
A lot of it's Gobert. You know, he's just there's a reason why his teams are consistently winning teams and consistently really good defensive teams. So he's got great rim protection back there. He's very difficult to move around. They do a good job of keeping him in situations where he doesn't have to move around. They do a good job of covering for him there. And so they're tough to crack as a result of that. But there's possessions where you can, and you know, we've had stints of games against them where we've done a really good job of attacking them, that we, you know, obviously have to learn from when we play them. We're done with them right now, but you know, he's certainly got a lot to do with that. He's a force back there. Give him a lot of credit.
Anybody else? Thank you, Coach.
All right.